Hiya, my name is King, but you can just call me King, and today we are back ranking more Pokemon characters based on marriageability. Now, last time, if you remember, I believe we ranked the Elite Four members and also the champions, so we only have a little bit left to rank, but I wanted to kind of get it all finished today so that we'll have a complete overview of the marriageability of every single Pokemon character. So today we are finishing it up. We are going to be doing Pokemon professors as well as evil team leaders, and I believe that that's pretty much it to rank. I don't think I'm gonna do any of the rivals or any of the like NPC kind of characters that you just battle randomly, so I believe that this is gonna be the last video of this for some time unless I can think of other characters that we can rank, but I think that this is gonna be good for now. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna go over and just start ranking them because we have quite a bit to do today actually. So here we are starting off with our Pokemon professors. The tiers are exactly the same as they were before in the previous videos. In the top tier we have Marriage, of course. Then we have Swoon. Next we have Cool Friend Zone, and then Mid Friend Zone, and lastly Ill. And I've already explained these tiers before, and I don't really think that they need much more explaining than I've already done in the past, so I'm sure we can just jump into this here. To start off, we have, of course, good old Professor Oak. He's an OG. He's pretty cool. A little bit too old for my taste, I think, so I'm gonna put him in the cool friend zone. I have a friend who's like obsessed with Professor Oak, and I know he's gonna come in my comments and start yelling at me, but Professor Oak just doesn't do it for me. I think that we could be very chill, we can be like besties, but that's about it for Professor Oak. Next up we have Elm. Elm was pretty cool. He's kind of, oops, I didn't mean to put him there. I think that he has a really cool like nerd aesthetic look. He's probably the most professor-y looking professor besides Professor Oak in all of these. I'm gonna go put him in the cool friend zone as well. I think that me and Elm could be really good friends together. He can like teach me things about Pokemon. I would listen, but that would be about it. Next up we have Birch. I actually love Birch. I'm gonna put him, he's gonna be the first marriage. I was gonna put him in Swoon, but I do love Birch. Bear, who said that? It wasn't me. I didn't say that. Somebody else said that. But I do actually like Birch a lot, so I'm gonna put him in the marriage category. He just seems like he would be like the best cuddler ever. And he's also really sweet. I just really like him. I think his design is cool. He's a very nice character to interact with in the game. I don't know, he like feels like home. Okay, next up we have Rowan. Now, Rowan is a tough one because obviously I have a lot of Gen 4 bias, but Rowan is a little boring. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if we can even really hang out or talk. Like, he has his moments where he's a little sassy and I think he's entertaining and funny, but honestly, I'm gonna put him in mid friend zone. I'm really sorry. I do like Rowan, but he just doesn't sell himself enough for somebody I think I would actually like hanging out with a lot. Next up we have Juniper, who is probably the first like quote unquote hot professor that we've ever gotten. I think everyone's like, oh, she's so hot. I'm gonna put her in marriage. I don't think that that's very surprising. Juniper is a very well designed character. I haven't played a lot of Black and White, but from what I have played, I really enjoyed her character and I thought she was very nice and like friendly. I don't really think I need to explain that more. And coming down the pipeline here, we have a lot of other professors I don't think I need to explain. Most of them are going in marriage, starting with Professor Sycamore. I'm actually gonna put him there. Professor Sycamore was the, I think, original Pokemon professor that I like had a crush on. I actually had a little bit of a break when I was kind of like in high school-ish where I didn't really play a lot of the Pokemon games that were coming out. That's also kind of why I missed out on Black and White. X and Y was the first Pokemon game that I played getting back into it, and Professor Sycamore definitely helped pique my interest. Obviously he's going in marriage. I don't really think I have to explain that. I'm pretty sure everybody kind of has their Professor Sycamore moment no matter what, no matter who it is. Next up we have actually Kukui and Brunette. They're both married to each other, but I'm still gonna put them both in marriage here, and I'll put them here, and they're both gonna go beside each other because of course they're married to each other, but I would also like to marry them. I think we would make a great throuple. I think that that the two very attractive Pokemon professors and the Duvalin Twink can make a great throuple. That is the throuple ship dynamic, the perfect one. Next up we have, is it Magnolia? Is that her name? I feel like it is. I'm having a very hard time remembering, but she's pretty cool. I'll put her in Spoon. She's kind of a baddie. I enjoy her character. I thought she was an interesting Pokemon professor, even though she wasn't really in the game all that much. I wish we saw more of her, but I thought that she was cool from the bit that we did see of her in the game. Hot take. We are moving into our first hot take of the video. I don't like Sonia. And I know that like there's already people watching this who are like, oh my god, you don't like Sonia? No, I don't like Sonia. I'm sorry. I thought she was annoying. I didn't like her character. I didn't think that she could just kind of walk in and replace Professor Magnolia. I think that's her name. I still don't remember, but I was kind of mad that she just kind of showed up. I just didn't connect with Sonia's character, I don't think. Like, every time she showed up on screen, I was like, oh, here we go. Like, maybe I interpreted her kind of dialogue and her character a little bit different than maybe other people did, because I already was kind of like, who is this character? I don't really care. But I'm not a huge fan of Sonia. I don't want to put her in ill, because as much as I don't like her, I do understand why other people like her, and I do see kind of the pros of this character. So I don't want to put her in ill, but I'm gonna put her in mid friend zone, simply because I think that maybe we could hang out, maybe we can talk, but I don't think that I'd be able to have like an entire sit down besties conversation with her. But I'll be kind of nice to her and put her in mid friend zone. I apologize, any Sonia enjoyers in the comments. I don't know what to say. Anyways, moving on. This character I think is from X and Y. I don't remember. I could be confusing her with another character, but is she the one who was flirting with Professor Sycamore? If she is the character that was flirting with Professor Sycamore in the anime, I'm putting her in ill. Simply because Professor Sycamore is mine. So she can go in ill. What is her name? I don't know. It's Daniela. Daniela can go in ill. Who is this? I literally have no idea, even remotely an idea of what game this person is from. It looks like their name is Henry. So Henry kind of looks like he would be like cool, maybe like tell you some stories about his youth or whatever. I'll put Henry in mid friend zone because I feel like he looks a little boring. Like, I like his little sweater and little shirt that he has going on here. He looks happy. He looks like he's in a good mood, but nope, that's a mid friend zone for me, Henry. So sorry there. Just look more entertaining, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I believe this is Samsung Oak, who was a really weird character, in my opinion, to just kind of like come out of nowhere in Sun and Moon and be like, I'm Professor Oak's cousin, I think. I don't even remember. I'll put him beside Professor Oak. I feel like we could be chill. He seemed like a very like charismatic character, I think, in the anime from what I can remember, so we could probably be like good friends. Who is this? What is this? What am I looking at? What game is this from? This looks like a sim. What is going on? I have no idea who this is. He looks like he's named Simon. So Simon is going in ill. Why does he look like that? Why is he completely different, like animation style, like not even like relatively close to any other character design? He looks like he's from a different franchise entirely. What the frig is going on here? Ah, we have Professor P from Pokemon Trozzy. This is a deep cut. I didn't think that this was gonna be on this list. Professor P is going in marriage. I do love Professor P. Trozzy is such a weird game. Professor P, honestly, he slays. I think he's great. He has a great like personality. I love the art style. Love that he has a cane he's not even using to help him stand or walk. Who is this? There are so many Pokemon professors coming up that I have no idea who they are. This is Ryder. So Ryder looks like an old man. I know it's not really saying much because most Pokemon professors do, but he looks like he has been through it. Like, he is balding. He's probably so stressed. He's probably had to deal with multiple trainers coming up in his face and demanding Pokemon or whatever. You know what? I'll give him a little break. He can go in mid friend zone. Maybe we can have a conversation. I'm sure that he wouldn't even want to deal with my shit anyways if I came up to try to talk to him. Next up, we have Professor Willow, which I do like Professor Willow. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, he's so hot. And like, I understand where those people are coming from. I just personally don't really agree all that much. I'm gonna put him in Swoon because I do agree to an extent. To an extent, I understand the appeal of Professor Willow. I completely get it, y'all. But he can go at like top of Swoon. I think that that's a good spot for him. This character, I forget her name, but she is from Pokemon Masters EX. It's Willow. Her hair kind of looks like cat ears in the full picture, and she's cool. I'll put her in Swoon. I think that she's very pretty. I like her hairstyle even though it looks kind of funky. Wish I had more interaction and experience with her because I kind of stopped playing Pokemon Masters EX after a little bit. Don't know who this is. This is probably from a spin-off game I've never played. This is Barbara. So Barbara is a handful of pixels. So I have really nothing to go off of for looks, and I have nothing to go off of for personality. So I'm gonna put Barbara here because I don't know where else to put her. I know nothing about her, and a handful of pixels just isn't doing it for me, so ew it is. This Pokemon professor I think is from either Pokemon Bank or something like that. It's some like other software. This is Samantha. So Samantha kind of looks like she wants to sell me like car insurance or something. So she looks very professional. I'm gonna put her in mid friend zone. She just kind of looks a little boring. Her hair is like very neat and tidy and I appreciate that, but like, where's the personality, girl? You look like the spokesperson for like Progressive or something. So mid friend zone it is. Who is this? I don't know. Kind of looks like Professor Oak. Is it a Professor Oak clone? Maybe. I'm gonna call this Professor Boke.
A large Boke.
He's also gonna go, no, actually he's going in, ew, what are these glasses? I'm just now noticing that these are glasses that are just arrows pointing in different directions. What the hell is that? I don't know what I'm looking at here, and it's making me uncomfortable. Okay, so this is my finished tier ranking for all of the Pokemon professors. This tier I don't think is very surprising. Maybe Professor P is a little surprising in that tier. Maybe the Sonya take is gonna get me like yelled at, but whatever. This is my own personal opinion and it's also the correct one. All right, here we are moving on to evil team, boss, leader, people. I don't know. Y'all know what this group of characters is called, so I don't think I really need to explain it. Only a few of these. I had to add Pierre's and Penny, and that's why they are not proper PNGs. Apologies. I just realized that Guzma is here. Sorry, I got distracted. We're gonna do Guzma first. He's going in marriage. He's going in marriage, first like spot in the marriage tier in this, and he is going in first spot in the marriage tier in everything. All of the videos that I have made on this subject combined, Guzma goes at number 1. He's in like some other higher tier actually that says like soulmate. I don't know what it is about Guzma. I don't know if it's his like tired eyes or his really silly, goofy gangster attire or his kind of stupid attitude. I'm not selling him. I don't know what it is. Okay, let's move on. So these are kind of out of order, but I guess we're starting with Maxie. So Maxie is the Team Magma leader. I mean, he's all right. Like, a mid-friend zone, I don't really have much to say about him. Same with, like, Archie, too. I just, like, they're just kind of, they're okay. And that definitely has nothing to do with the fact that it's been very long since I've played, like, Ruby Sapphire. Let's just pretend that that has nothing to do with this. I can't really remember their characters much. I know that they had very different personalities. They weren't very generic. I'm actually going to rank Archie next, and I'm gonna put him in cool friend zone because I did like him a little bit more. Like, I do remember playing those games back in the day, and I do remember liking Archie a little bit more than Maxie, so I'm gonna put Archie in cool friend zone. Maxie can go in mid friend zone. Also, Archie's just like hotter. Like, I'm gonna be real with everybody, he just is more attractive, so he gets booted up a tier. Lysander, so Lysander, like, Lysander looks kind of goofy, guys. Like, if we actually look at him and we look at his Lion King ass hair and his like silly fucking coat or whatever, his suit that he wears, it's not it. Like, for being the leader of Team Flare, who is supposed to be about fashion, what the hell is this guy doing? He looks bad. With that being said, he's also boring. He doesn't really bring anything to the table besides, I want to take over the world and use whatever Xerneas to power some beam. What the fuck was going on in Pokemon X and Y, by the way? Like, it was a hot mess, but that's besides the point. He's going in mid friend zone. He's honestly tearing ill for me a little bit, but he's not as bad as some other characters. I see the appeal. There are people who really do like Lysander, and I understand the appeal of that. He's just not it for me. Sorry, Mufasa. You have been mid friend zone. Okay, next up we have Cyrus. Ooh, Cyrus. The reason I say that is because my lore includes Cyrus, but my lore isn't out yet. If I was like trying to base this off of lore, he would go in ill. In my own personal opinion, stepping outside of my lore for a second, Cyrus is actually pretty cool. I think that there's a lot of intrigue to his character, even though a lot of people think like, oh, he's just like boring and a blank slate, but I feel like he's more inquisitive than a lot of the other evil team leaders because he has an idea and he has a motivation, and as much as it maybe doesn't make a lot of sense for the Team Galactic grunts to be following him, it does make a lot of sense for him to be doing what he is doing. I respect that. He's not Swoon because if you look at his face, you will understand why he's not in the Swoon category. But I will put him in cool friend zone. Not that I think that we would be friends because he's like a cult leader, but because I think he is an interesting enough character for me to kind of put him in that because I respect what is going on with his character. Next we have, how do you say his name? It's like, it starts with a G. I don't remember. This is Guinness. So Guinness is ill. Guinness is nothing. This is the evil team leader for Black and White. I see no appeal to this character. Still, I haven't played Black and White, so this is completely going off of like looks and things that I've seen about this character. This is ill for me, and he's just kind of like there, whatever. I don't really care. Moving on. So next we have Giovanni. Now Giovanni, it's hard for me to rank Giovanni because I do appreciate kind of what they're doing with the character. I don't know, crime syndicate story that has played out for Team Rocket and stuff like that within this series. Giovanni in himself is a very interesting character in the anime, in the games. I enjoy his personality. I think that he's I don't know, he's cool. But he just doesn't really do it for me. So I'm gonna put him probably, do I like him more than Cyrus? No. The reason he's in cool friend zone is because I do enjoy his character in the anime a lot. I like his personality. I feel like he can be like a funny guy sometimes. Okay, next up we have emo boy Piers. I'll put him in marriage. I do like Piers. I enjoy his like emo aesthetic. His hair is very goofy and stupid, but I can look past that because I enjoy his character a lot. He's probably the only good thing about Team Yell. I don't even really like Marnie that much, but Piers, you know what? He gets a pass. I do like that he is there to kind of motivate and inspire his younger sister and stuff like that. I appreciate that in a character, you know, one that actually like cares about their siblings and stuff. So he plays music. We never hear it because that scene in Sword and Shield where he plays this song and there's no words, it's just text and music is so bad. But he is a musician, so I think that he'd probably write a song for you and it'd be like all romantic and stuff, and you would like fall in love with him by like following his band while they go on tour. I'm getting off topic. That's it, let's move on. And then lastly we have Penny, who is technically the leader of Team Star, so I also added her to this list. Top of cool friend zone. Me and Penny could be besties. Like, honestly, when I think about Pokemon characters that I relate to or could be best friends with, Penny is one of the characters that like come into my head immediately. I love that they actually took like a personality of somebody who likes anime and goes on their computer and plays video games and stuff like that and put it into a character, because so many Pokemon fans connected with this character immediately, including myself, and it just worked wonders. 9 Pokemon fans out of 10, I feel like either see themselves as Penny or want to be best friends with her. There's like no in between. It's 9 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10. She's just cool. I want to be besties with her. She's rad. Okay, Dialga, marriage. Giratina, marriage. Groudon, cool friend zone. Ho-Oh, mid friend zone. Kyogre, swoon. Kyurem, ew. Is that Kyurem? I don't know. It's one of them. Another Kyurem, ew. Lugia, marriage. Lunala, marriage. Lunala, Necrozma form, ew. Palkia, swoon. Rayquaza, marriage. Reshiram, swoon. Solgaleo, swoon. Suicune, marriage. Xerneas, marriage. Yveltal, ew. Zacian, marriage. Zamazenta, swoon. Zekrom, mid friend zone. Solgaleo, Necrozma thing, ew. Okay, that's all. Goodbye!